Good morning everyone. It's Friday morning. Eric here. I am back from my trip. I'm still on vacation for one more day this week, but I thought I would get online and do a video blog for you because we have some important weather coming up over the next few days, some heavy rain as some tropical moisture spreads our way, a flooding threat increasing, especially later in the weekend and into Sunday night and Monday. So let's get to the details. Now, the weather today is not going to be very impactful. A sprinkle or a shower here and there. Temperatures struggling a bit with the thick cloud cover, and I think there can be a touch of rain or a shower in spots again tomorrow. But what we want to focus on is something that doesn't look like much on the radar right now. It's this little swirl down here around Little Rock. If you look carefully, that's a swirling area. That's an area of low pressure, and this is actually what's left of Gordon, which was the tropical system that moved through the Gulf Coast region earlier on this week. This is going to interact with this frontal boundary to produce copious amounts of rain in a corridor that stretches from our area on south and west. So let me take off the radar here and show you that along this frontal boundary and just north of it, we do have some flood watches, some flash flood watches in effect. So here's a look at where those flash flood watches are in the green boxes here. These are all the counties that are under a flash flood watch. This extends from right where the circulation is around Little Rock this morning up to western Ohio. Now, I fully expect to see additional flood watches issued for the rest of central eastern Ohio and into probably western PA as well. So I think our area will go under a flash flood watch or a general flood watch maybe before today is through, and certainly by the time the weekend rolls around, they're going to hoist some flood watches across our area. When we look at the excessive rainfall outlooks day by day, today the highest risk of too much rain and some flooding problems is out across the mid-Mississippi Valley around the St. Louis area. As we transition into the weekend, here's the day 2 excessive rain outlook. It shifts east into parts of Indiana, Illinois, western Ohio. You see that yellow area getting a little bit closer now. I'm not concerned about real heavy rain here tomorrow, but as we get into tomorrow night, Saturday night, and into Sunday morning, I do think the heavy rain threat will begin to increase across eastern Ohio and western PA. And here's the day 3 outlook showing a high risk of too much rain across a lot of northern Ohio, western parts of PA. So this is Sunday's excessive rain outlook. Now, when we look at some of the modeling here, let me shift gears on you here, and we'll go over to our modeling. Get my find my model here. There we go. What we have again is a frontal boundary draped across the region, and tropical moisture going to start interacting with this frontal boundary. And as this remnant low starts pushing north and east, that's why our rain threat is going to increase as we go into the weekend. So here's a look at tomorrow. Again, not much of note tomorrow, maybe a shower in spots, but tomorrow night and into Sunday morning. Here's Sunday morning. You can see the heavy rain crawling up into the I-90 and I-80 corridors in Ohio. And boy, Brown Steelers, Sunday afternoon, it's a washout. It is going to rain, and some of it, especially in the second half, could be quite heavy up in Cleveland, and same idea here. The rain's going to get steadier and heavier, I think, as we get into the afternoon and the evening on Sunday, and that threat for heavy rain will continue into Sunday night before then tapering off by Monday morning. So here's Monday morning, the heaviest of the rain pushing north and east towards Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, up into Albany. I think showers will diminish in coverage on Monday. So I think it's Saturday night through Sunday night. That's that kind of 24 to 30 hour window in which we could see a fair amount of rain. And again, flooding could become a little bit of a concern. When we look at the National Weather Service rainfall outlook for the next 5 days, let me bring that up for you. This is a look at the rainfall totals they are projecting over the next 5 days. When you look at this and you look at our local area, you see this kind of orange shading right here. That's 5 inches. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone's going to get 5 inches, but the odds are decent of at least, I think, an average of 3 to 4 with locally 5 inches in a corridor across I-70 from St. Louis to Indy to Columbus, and then stretching up into the Route 30 and maybe I-80 corridors in northeast Ohio. So what I think we're looking at is probably an average of 3 to 4 as an average, with some local amounts up to 5 inches, a possibility. And again, most of that from Saturday night through Sunday night, tapering off first thing Monday morning. All right, of course, we'll have you covered throughout this rainy period coming up this weekend on the Storm Tracker 21 app, on social media, and WFMJ.com. I'll be back in the studio Monday at 6 and 11. In the meantime, follow the rest of our team for updates throughout later on today and throughout the weekend. Have a great weekend and stay safe, everyone.